Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to have discussion with a very interesting gentleman who is over 30 years of experience in a business which is very tough to crack in today's market, and the kind of scale that this company has achieved in this during this period is immense. Let's put our hands together to welcome Mr. Rajesh Sharma, Chairman and Managing Director of Iron Exchange India Limited. Hello, sir. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be with you today.
Thank you, sir. All right, sir. So, sir, very quickly, let's just get into the conversation because it is extremely important for us to know that being one of the most leading, companies in the Indian water treatment industry, what are some of the key milestones and path-breaking technology initiatives that your company has embarked on under your leadership, sir?
See, we are about 55-year-old company. And right from the beginning, when the company started in 1964, we set up the first iron exchange resin manufacturing plant in India. So these resins were never made in India. This was the first time that company brought the technology to manufacture these resins. And since then, these resins are being manufactured and exported out of the country, being used by every industry. So right from that period to now, we have been continuously bringing state-of-art technology. We have been in the forefront in the country to bring whatever is needed to provide the most cost-effective solution for treating any type of water, whether it is surface water, groundwater, wastewater, or seawater, and make it suitable for any application. So our strengths have been to provide a comprehensive, technically most suitable, cost-efficient solution to our customers. And in order to do that, whatever is required, we have either tried to develop through our R&D and technology team, or make a technical collaboration with the leading company in that area and got the technology to the country and assimilated it and applied it so that now it is available as an integrated solution to provide any type. This has been the
Okay.
legacy of the company, and we continue to innovate and develop new products and new solutions continuously.
Fabulous, sir. So, since you've told that this is a legacy company, could you please also share some information about the scale of your operations, as well as some four or five key achievements of your companies over the past 3 decades?
Well, we are certainly one of the leading companies in the country with perhaps the largest service network and the manufacturing setup with 7 factories manufacturing different products, which are all used in the water and wastewater solutions which we provide. Moreover, I think the company focused once it realized that it has the capability to offer these comprehensive solutions, that why not use this knowledge and experience outside India? And in early 90s, when the liberalization started, we were one of the few companies who stepped out of the country and started offering our solutions and products outside India. So I think if you have to say what we have achieved in the last couple of decades is that now our products are well established. We have a large number of installation base outside the country, and currently about 35 to 40% of our total turnover is coming from international business. And some of the
Excellent.
products like iron exchange resin, which we started right in the beginning, currently we are exporting more than 50% of what we produce. So this is the kind of satisfaction we get, that today we are able to utilize this network and knowledge to solve the problem not only in India, but also offering the solutions to all the developing countries in Southeast Asia, Middle East, and African continent.
Perfect, sir. Perfect example of a global company. And looking at the scale that your company is working with, I'm very sure there is a lot more to achieve as yet. Well, then in that case, my next question to you, sir, is that, could you just tell us about the future outlook of your company? Because it is very important for our viewers also to understand that for a company of this scale, there must be some ambitious plans. So what are those plans basically?
As we all know that water itself is becoming a major challenge. Availability of fresh water is becoming a major challenge. Not only in India, it's globally. The freshwater source is very limited and it is becoming scarce. So everyone is looking at what are the alternate solutions. So the solution is, one is to conserve what we have. Second is to see that its consumption goes down. So how do you reduce the consumption? That is by trying to use alternate sources of water. And what we have sort of pioneered over the years is trying to treat any waste, making it good for any application. So trying to, I mean, our idea is to drain to tap. So that
Perfect.
means you can make it as much as good as possible to even make it, useful for drinking. Psychologically, people will not like to drink it, but at least it is being reused in the industry, in the housing societies, wherever it is not directly coming in human touch, it is being used already. Second is the large source of water is the ocean. And so we also have the technologies to treat the seawater and make it sweeter. So our focus has been to see that we should be able to mitigate this biggest challenge which is there in front of the humanity, that is the scarcity of fresh water. And it is more so in India because of our large population and rapid industrialization which is taking place, urbanization which is taking place. It will increase the consumption of water tremendously. So we should be prepared to see with the solutions to use the alternate sources so that we are able to conserve the fresh water. And that is what has been the focus of the company. And we are very proud of what we have done, and we are trying to propagate that yes, use alternate sources, try and conserve this precious resource for the future generations.
Perfect, sir. I mean, you're actually solving a world problem, which is going to become which is going to come in the eyes of a lot of people moving forward. And it's amazing to see a company, especially an Indian company, to have this forward-looking culture. So I'm really looking forward to, about the plans. So you touched upon the global footprint that you have and the scale that you have, sir. Now, for our viewers, it is very important for us to give them a proof of concept that Iron Exchange as a company has really expanded its footprint. So, can you just share some more details about your global operations, like the percentage of the sales with respect to your exports,
Yeah.
then some of your key customers, and then your sustainability of the IEI and your customers. So that would be very helpful for our viewers to understand Iron Exchange as a global company.
As I was just mentioning earlier, when the Indian economy opened up in 90s, and the opportunity was there to step out of the country and offer your products and services in the neighboring countries first to start with, and Southeast Asia. So we focused on Southeast Asia, and the challenge for Indian companies was there was very limited exposure, and internationally are different than what our in India at that time. We as a company chose a very difficult route to learn. We decided that we will go and focus on the Japanese market. The Japanese
Okay.
market is one of the toughest market in the world in terms of quality systems. So we thought that if we can service and get business from Japan, then we can get business from anywhere in the world, and it will give us a lot of opportunity to learn in terms of the quality standards and the meticulousness with which they work and the systems they follow. And so it was with that objective we started focusing on Japan in early 90s. And I think the first breakthrough we had was in 94. And then we worked with most of the leading Japanese companies, starting from Mitsubishi, Marubeni, Kawasaki, JJC, Chiyoda, you name them, and we worked with them. And that gave us a very good insight into the customer expect international quality standards required,
Right.
the kind of systems and procedures we need to reorient ourselves to the customer expectations and
Right.
raise our standard and bar in the company. And that
Right.
really helped us in the next 3 4 years to reach that international level in terms of right from the quality to the packaging of the product to meet these international. So since then, I think we have worked with many of the leading European companies, American companies in Southeast Asia and Middle East and in African continent. Some of our products like ion exchange resins, they are being exported all the way to US, Europe, Japan. So we are very proud of what we have done over the years. And most important thing is there are customers with whom we worked in 94, 95. Even today, they are our customers and they are placing repeat orders on us. So that shows that quality of products which we supply to them, the kind of reliance, reliability they see in us, that they are coming back to us over the last 3 decades. And in one
Wow.
of the customers in Indonesia, where we have set up probably the largest plant in the world in an industrial complex. So, and they have bought it over last 3 decades, and every time they expand, they buy the one phase from us. So that has made it a huge plant over the last almost now 3 decades. So that gives us a tremendous satisfaction when the customer is happy and he's satisfied, and then you feel that you have done your job well. So
Absolutely. And it's a
now,
very, sorry, I said absolutely, and it's a very unique model, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah.
yeah. So this currently we are around 35 to 40% of our turnover coming from exports, and for ion exchange resins is more than 50%. Our goal is that our turnover in next 1 or 2 years it should reach 50% of our turnover from exports. So
Oh,
that's the goal of the company. So we have a setup. We have our own team in Southeast Asia and Indonesia, Thailand. We have our own manufacturing and assembly unit in Hamria and UAE to cover up the Gulf region. We have joint venture in Oman, a subsidiary in Saudi Arabia. So like that, we have our own offices or joint ventures to cover the territory and provide after-sale services to the customers whom we are supplying the equipment.
excellent, excellent. In fact, it's really nice to know, sir, that with all the companies going global, a company such as yours is trying to enter into the field which is the most talked about kind of challenge that globally countries are facing, and we feel proud as an Indian to kind of look at our Indian companies doing so well. So that's very good to hear. Now, the next thing, which is only logical transition in terms of the Q&A, sir, with respect to your company is what are your major strengths, and what differentiates iron exchange from companies, from your competitors or from your peers? We would be very interested to know. Could you please share, how you have created a unique niche for yourself?
I think to start with, for any company, its major strength is its employees. So we have a very uh, strong, knowledgeable, experienced team of people, which is very rare to have people working with you for 30 years, 35 years in the current environment. So we have a huge team with a lot of experience, uh, which uh, which helps us in picking up the right solution and offering to the customer. So we have a very strong team, a
Hmm.
bouquet of technologies which very few companies in the world has. So many technologies under one roof. So the competent team and this bouquet of technology helps us to choose the right product, the right solution, and offer to the customer. Now, all this is backed up by a very strong and robust service network. We are the largest service network, and we have 24 into 7 service available. and which helps our customers. If there is any emergency, we can depute people in less than 24 hours to be there at their site. And some of the customers who are with us, where we are doing operational maintenance on a regular basis, we are remote monitoring it from our office, the operations. So that is also helping our customers so that they don't have to worry about the quality of water and quantity of water being produced. We take care of that responsibility. So this is then in the terms of infrastructure of um, having our own 7 factories to manufacture different products and provide the cost-efficient solutions. I think nobody else has so many factories and product manufacturing capability in India. So we have been in the forefront of doing this so that, uh, well, nowadays, Make in India is getting a lot of prominence, but our company has been into this with this goal working for the last 5 decades. That how do you make your own company and country self-reliant? And that's why we brought all these technologies and solutions, continuously invested money on technology, infrastructure, setting up the factories, so that we are able to become a self-reliant country with all the solutions available. And today, as I said, as a company, we are now offering these solutions to all our neighboring and developing countries. So this is what we have done over the years, and we are very proud of it. And the last thing is, being a technology company, we spend a lot of money and time and resource on development of new products. So we have
Okay.
full-fledged R&D, state-of-art equipment to see that we continuously innovate and develop new products and new solutions for our customers. If our customer is facing some challenging situation, we join them, we understand the problem, we take it to our R&D, try and work out the best solution to solve their problem, go back and apply it so that their problem gets solved, and their, we also in the process are developing a new solution. So this is another very strong, I would say, strength of the company, in fact.
So to be honest, after listening to you, there's one thought that came to my mind that Iron Exchange basically follows a simple rule: make in India and make for the world. So basically, that's what you're doing, and it feels good. Last but not the least, sir, I look at you as a thought leader, and as you know that this interview is for the conference Business Across Borders, which is primarily focused on enlightening the exporter fraternity of India. We would truly look forward to a thought leader like you to share some words of wisdom for all the exporters who aspire to, walk the same path that you have walked for the past, 5 decades. So, request you to please share a few words of wisdom for all the exporters who are listening to you intently, sir.
For me, we represent India, the country. We should be very proud of our country, and whatever we do, we should always think it is not only my company, but it is my country
Right.
whose image is on stake. So if you do something wrong, and not only the company which suffers, but the country also suffers. So very importantly, we must take pride in what we do. Also take into consideration that how our delivery, our commitments, if we do not meet these commitments, how it reflects on the whole community and the country. So
Absolutely.
it's very important that what you promise, you must deliver.
Absolutely.
So for the international business, the bottom line is no compromise on quality. You have to offer the best quality and must adhere to your commitment, profit or loss. But commitment is more important, and that has been our, uh, bottom line as a company, that we will not compromise on the commitments we make, and whether we make profit or loss, we will deliver what we are committed. So it's
Perfect,
very
sir.
Because when we went inside, when we started exports, it was, as I told you, the first thing was that go to the most difficult market in the world,
Yeah.
so that you learn that what people expect. You learn systems, you learn quality, and there were a lot of challenges because Indian companies were not perceived as a quality companies. So there was a huge challenge in the beginning to go there and try and sell an engineering project. But we overcame all this by
Absolutely.
trying to make a commitment, and we delivered it. So that is the most important thing because people had that poor impression about the Indian companies who went as traders earlier and they supplied something wrong, poor quality. So they thought all Indians are like that. So that is why it's very important that we must keep in mind that we are not only doing business for ourselves, but we are also impacting our country. And that, if you keep in mind, I'm sure you will get a lot of respect in the international market as a company who delivers what they commit.
Perfect. And I think Iron Exchange is a perfect example. So, as I said earlier, your company truly believes in making in India and making for the world.
Thank you, Nana. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.